What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here to break down the NASCAR Cup Series race on Draftkings at Las Vegas. We got a nice little slate this week. Sorry I wasn't able to make a video last week. I was a little bit under the weather, so just really had no energy or whatever to go talk. So we're back this week, though. However, I will not be doing any live streams this week for any of the series. I will be out of town, so that will not be happening. Not able to do it. But here we go. We're going to just go driver by driver. We're going to start with Kyle Larson. Look, I think you just got to play Larson this week, man. You know, mile-and-a-half track, Las Vegas. He's a pretty heavy favorite to win this race. Like, you just got to play him. He's going to lead laps. He's going to be fast. If he's not, I'll be surprised, and I'll take my L and move on. But, I mean, he won this race earlier this year. Or, no, wait. Yes, he did win this race earlier this year, and he dominated it. So, I just, fully expect another great run from Larson. I think you got to play him. If you're trying to get a little bit different, I think Kyle Busch is someone we could go to. He's been fast at a mile and a half this year. Obviously, he has not really been as fast as Hendrick cars, but he's still been decently fast. I think this is somewhere to get a little bit different if you wanted to get away from Larson, although I don't really suggest it. But if you are trying to get a little bit different, I would want to go to Kyle Busch. Denny Hamlin, not really interested in him at all. I do like Chase Elliott. He was fast at Vegas earlier this year, but he got some damage, got in an accident, so it finished didn't really show it, but he was a really fast car. So I do like Chase. This is going to be someone I want to get a lot of as well. I mean, I'm pretty much just focusing on the Hendrick cars, honestly, for dominators. Like, I'm not really interested in Logano or Truex. Kurt Busch starting 20th. I don't mind him. He's not going to need to do, he's not going to need to finish like top 5 to pay off that salary for you. Starting 20th, that is definitely something that could work out for you in the spot. We saw him, he won this race a year ago. I don't think he's going to win, but, top 10 run should be in the cars tournament. I think that's fine. I mean, you can play him in cash, you can play him in tournaments. I like the Kurt Busch play. I think he should be a little bit more expensive, in all honesty. So we did see him winning a mile and a half this year as well in Atlanta. So I do think Kurt Busch should have a good run. Definitely someone I'm kind of interested in. Not really interested in Harvick or Ryan Blaney. I do like Byron. Byron had the second most amount of fast, or I think he had the most amount of fast laps at Vegas earlier this year behind Larson. I don't know. They were 1 and 2. I know that. I don't remember which one was first, but they both were really fast. We've seen Byron be really fast at the same track. So Larson's been really fast at this year for the most part. So I think Byron, we could see him get out front and lead. We could see him get a bunch of fast laps running second. Someone I just really want to get in on. I mean, I just really, like I said, I'm interested in the Hendrick cars. Byron's probably the guy I'm the second most interested in behind Larson. So I think he's too cheap. I think he has value as a sports bet this week as well. So definitely like William Byron. Brad Keselowski, just not really too interested out. Although I don't think he has to lead laps. He probably only has to finish like about top 5, top 4 to pay out that salary. I don't mind it, but I mean, we just haven't seen the speed from him. We really haven't seen top 5 speed from Keselowski all year. Although I will say he was pretty good at Vegas at the beginning of the year, but more recent mile and a half, he just has not been fast at all. Christopher Bell, not really gonna be too interested in him starting 12th. I do like Alex Bowman, like I said, like the Hendrick cars. It's probably one I like the least amount, but I don't think he has to lead laps. And he's definitely going to get some fast laps here, just running around in top 5 for most of this race. I expect him to have a good run. I think he could win this race. I wouldn't be surprised to see it happen, but I don't think that it's the most likely outcome. So probably wouldn't bet on him to win. But I do like Bowman as a DraftKings play. I think he's too cheap, and he has a lot of upside. So definitely like going there. Matty D is a little bit too expensive, starting 14th. I do like Austin Dillon, though. Just RCR as a whole, pretty much Chevy cars have just been fast this year. And I think could definitely get a top 10 here, and that's definitely something I want to utilize. Same thing with Ross Chastain. He's also going to, probably need about top 10, and I think that's definitely possible. But the one I really like, Tyler Reddick this week. Like, he's probably my favorite playing this mid-range overall. I mean, we've just seen Reddick be fast really all year, especially down the stretch. I mean, we've just seen him top 10, top 10, top 10. I know he didn't have one last week, but he probably would. Honestly, I do think Reddick probably gets into the next round of playoffs last week. If he doesn't, I don't know, did he have a tire issue or he sped on pit road? Something happened and he got a lap down, had to come all the way back. I think he probably gets top 10 in that race and Byron doesn't make it. So I do like Reddick, man. I think this is a spot he should do well. I wouldn't be surprised if he's competing for the win in this race, in all honesty. We've seen him be really fast. This is a track that should run well for him. So definitely like Reddick a lot. Daniel Suarez, I mean, I think he's okay. I just kind of like some of these other guys a little bit more. I mean, I think he's just better suited for the short tracks. I don't really like going to him in the big mile and a half. I like Newman and Buescher. They've been, have decent enough speed this year where they can compete for top 15s here at Vegas. So both Newman and Chris Buescher, I'm definitely going to be interested in as place differential plays. I like where they're at. I like the speed that they're bringing to the table. So definitely kind of interested there. Cole Custer, just because of these two, probably not going to be too interested in him or early Eric Almirola. Almirola, He's been really good at the 750 horsepower package. The 550 not as much. So if it was a 750 horsepower package race, I think I'd be more interested in Almirola than I really am here. Starting a little bit higher doesn't offer you as much place differential. I don't really think he's going to finish top 10 or anything. So Busch or Newman, really the two guys around here that I like a lot. I'm fine with Stenhouse. Stenhouse, at these mile-and-a-half tracks, he's competed for top 15s. He's gone top 15s. Maybe he even competes for a top 10. I don't think he'll get a top 10, but we've seen the speed from him this year, so I don't mind Ricky at all. I think this is a play that probably won't be as highly owned, so I don't mind it. And I also don't mind Bubba. I mean, I think Stenhouse probably has a little bit more upside to Bubba in all honesty, but I mean, they should both run around the same spot. I think one of them probably ends up being optimal this week, if I were to guess. So definitely like going to Bubba and Stenhouse. Eric Jones is just too expensive. He's just like I wouldn't mind 6,500 if he was starting like 25th, but starting 16th, I think they overpriced him way too much, so probably not going to be too interested there. Ryan Preece, I'm okay with. Or I'm sorry, I'm not really too interested in Ryan Preece. We have seen him have some good runs, but there's just guys around him I like more. Like I'd rather just pay a few extra hundred for Stenhouse and Bubba, or just pay down for LaJoy, who's been on fire. I mean, Corey LaJoy, the last month or two has been great. I mean, we've seen him, top 20 after top 20 after top 20. I think last week he wrecked, but other than that, I mean, he's been running so well. I have an issue going right back to him. I mean, wasn't he in the top 10 for most of the race at Darlington? He's been so good. So I really like Corey LaJoy here. I'm just going to keep going back to him. I've gone back to him the last, month, honestly. And some of the races worked out. Last week didn't. But I really do like Corey LaJoy here. I think this is a spot where we should see him get a top 20, honestly. So I'm definitely going to be interested in him there. Chase Briscoe, just kind of like his teammate, Almirola and Custer. Not really too interested in him on the 550 horsepower races. So probably not going to go there. Michael McDowell. I mean, if you're trying to get, honestly, I think LaJoy is probably the cheapest I'm going this week. I don't think you need to get down here, but if you do, McDowell's probably the one I would go to. He definitely has potential to move up a little bit. I mean, he hasn't really been good at all, but I don't know. It's just a gut feeling. I like him a little bit more than Briscoe. It just starts a little bit farther back, probably a little bit safer play. I'm not going to be interested in Alfredo or Haley this week. They're just too expensive. I just don't really see any reason to go to them. And then the punts, I'm just not going to be interested in them. Obviously, I think Quinn Half is the one guy that you always got to consider, but I don't really like to play the punts ever, so not going to go there. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Quick little video. Thank you guys so much for checking this out. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. I'll be back next week for Talladega with more videos and live streams for sure next week. So good luck this weekend, and have a great rest of your weekend.